Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, today I wanted to showcase you the rat build. Now, people have been asking me what I was using and what I'm doing. So I did try to say to a few people that I was holding out. I was going to try to wait until we get to actual endgame because we are changing, obviously, gear and stuff quite frequently. But hey, let's just get on with it. Let's just show what I'm doing. This build is very, very strong in PvE and PvP, but it's not at its full potential yet. It actually gets a lot stronger late, like very late game. But nevertheless, I just want to make sure everyone realizes that things will change. This isn't my like final build. And of course, when we do get to the end game, I will of course make more guide videos and showing you what has changed and what I have changed and what is the best stuff you should be using, right? But for now, this is what we got. So if I go to, these are the weapon sets that I'm using, right? Veil of the Willow set. Now, the reason why I'm using this is because of this bonus here that we get. After a light attack, we get a 12% damage increase, guys, and it lasts for 10 seconds. Now, you might ask, why am I using this, right? Because this isn't the recommended set. The reason why I use this, guys, is simple. With the dual blades, your bread and butter is the left click. So you're going to be light attacking, left clicking, left clicking. So why not? This makes perfect sense to get an extra 12% damage from just literally left clicking. So that's why I use that. And then for the other set, I use the Calm Water set because we get a 50% chance to restore 3% of our max HP and 10 endurance from doing a perfect dodge. So that is what we're rocking with right now. Now, with regards to my inner ways, this is what I'm currently doing. I'm using this. I'm doing a poison bleed build right now. Once I hit tier 3 of my Vendetta, I will probably swap out the poison for Vendetta, because the Vendetta at tier 3 gives the rats even more damage. So we're going to get a 30% damage increase to the rats when I get this to tier 3. So for now, it's a poison bleed build. And then, like I said, going forward, I will then swap out the poison for the Vendetta, but I will keep the bleed. So we're rocking with Echoes of Oblivion, because this goes with the twin blades. This applies Sin to the enemies whilst we're doing light attacks. And then under Flame Lash, it applies the Karma. Now, Morale Chant is pretty much like this for everyone. Everyone can use this. So this is why I'm using this. So Echoes of Oblivion, Morale Chant, and then like I said, I'm using the Bitter Seasons for the poison, and then the 5-fold bleed for the bleed stacks, right? Now, this works in PvE and PvP. I'll show you a quick little clip now of it working. I just did a little duel with Simi, you can see here, just to showcase that both stacks do apply when you're doing a PvP battle. So when you see, as I'm talking, you'll see now that there will be the poison stack and then the bleed stack. So a lot of dot damage basically, guys. So really, really good. And then, like I said, going forward, the moment I get the tier 3 of Vendetta, I will be swapping to the Vendetta, because of course the bread and butter is to be doing as much rat damage as possible, right? That's the whole point of this build. We start off with the rope dart, and then we get the rats out, causing a lot of damage, and then we swap to the dual blades to do our damage with the dual blades. And I'll show you the combos that I'm talking about. But before we do that, the mystic skills that I'm using for PvE, this is like this doesn't matter too much in PvE. You can choose what you want, but I use Cloud Steps. I like to use Cloud Steps with the Guardian Palm because they synergize very well. So I use Cloud Steps to run and jump, and then whilst you're in the air, I press the Guardian Palm to do some good damage. And then these two, I would say, are pretty much mandatory in my opinion. We have the Dragon's Breath at tier 3, and then the Drunken Poet now at tier 3. These two are very, very good. They work, they synergize perfectly together. So you bring out the Dragon's Breath, and then whilst the enemy is burning, you then use the Drunken Poet. And with the new tier 3 now, it adds an explosive damage. So you get a lot of damage from this combination. And then down here, I've got the Lion's Roar, Meridian Touch, Soaring Spin, and Celestial Seas for whilst I'm just running around. Now in PvP, what the changes I make here is I will add, I take away the Lion's Roar and I replace that with Serene Breeze, because that's mandatory in PvP, because that will break you out of a stun. And then I also add in Wolf-like Frenzy. So Wolf-like Frenzy is a very, very good ability in PvP. And then the rest of it, the other lot up here, they stay. So that's what I use for PvE and PvP when it comes to the Mystic Skills, guys. That was the Inner Ways. And then of course that was the armor sets and weapon sets that I'm rocking with right now. So when it comes to fighting, whether in PvE or PvP, you start off with the rope out. Make sure you got the rope out. And then what I do is you need to charge. If you charge briefly, you're going to get special skill enhancement, which basically empowers your rat attack. And so then you do that. And also, as you can see here, the longer you charge it, you then get a HP regen. So you get a heal. And then after that, you get a key recharge as well. But bear in mind, if I show you again, this drains your stamina, guys. So you only want to do this. You only want to keep it going for HP recovery if you really, really need to. The main reason why you do this is just to get the rat buff, basically. So start off the fight with the rat buff, the rat buff here, and then I press Q because that adds the vendetta charge onto them. Then you kick them, which will knock them down, unless it's a boss, of course, it won't knock them down. Then you call out the rats to fight alongside you, and the moment you've done that, you swap to your dual blades and you just start, like I said, light attacking, chuck a few spins in there as you need. And the bread and butter is to just keep left clicking, because then what you're going to do is you're going to get that 12% damage increase, like I said, and you're also going to be filling up the bar, right? And once you fill up the bar, you then press the R button, whatever the button is for you, to do the flame lash. So as soon as it's glowing red, call out the flame lash, and then again repeat left clicking, keep left clicking. You also get obviously more damage, you can't be interrupted, and then whilst you're doing that, you get a slight life steal as well. And then when that runs out, you basically, guys, you just go back to the rope dart, charge up again, do the Q, do the kick, call out your rodents, and then it's rinse and repeat. And then of course, obviously, in between all this, you can then do your mystic skills as well, do your dragon's breath. You can obviously animation cancel that, and then do your drunken poet, and then just rinse and repeat, right? So there we have it, guys. I wanted to keep this as simple as possible as I could. I hope this has helped you guys. This is what I'm rocking, like I said. This is the OP rat build. But yeah, like I said, this will change and this will actually improve later on as we get into the game. So even though it's actually really good right now, it's going to get even better later on in the game. So yeah, anyway, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new here. Have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Take care. Peace.